This video is sponsored by Netmarble. Fuck yeah. Hey my dudes and dudettes, it's time for the third and final Iron Throne video. If you haven't seen the first two, I highly recommend it, as you get to see my naked body get shot with an air rifle, and then I enter into a battle to the death in the second one. I was thinking, what can I do for my last little video for this game, and I realise, holy shit, MajorKill. You make lore videos. Iron Throne has lore. Kind of. Why not explain the lore and storyline of Iron Throne? Bam! Genius! Money! Cha-ching! So that is what we're doing today. Remember, there will be a link in the description and comments below on how to download the game. Every click on that link helps out your boy is me. Could be a girl, but probably not. So click that bad bitch. I will be covering the setting of this game as well as explaining what is going on. I won't dive too deep into the plot as I wouldn't want to spoil it for everyone. Let's get into it. Grazing over the origin of the world and all that shit, when the world was new, there was a bunch of tossers called the Firstborn, and they had a massive dick measuring contest that resulted in a mass war and carnage as each Firstborn used their powers to build armies and just molest each other in general. Eventually they got tired of non-stop war, as you do, and all decided to become benevolent creators of life. Bit of a jump there, but let's roll with it. Eventually humanity was created by the Firstborn, and they all settled down together in an empire called Tellurian. It's definitely Tellurian. Good start, MajorKill. With all the peace and power flying around, a golden age begun. However, all good things must come to an end. There's a powerful Firstborn wanker called Infidus. I think I actually nailed that. What a wanker name though, holy shit. Thought that the world peace was stupid because it came from eons of war, so he believed it should return to the eons of war. Not really sure about that logic, but I guess this isn't a bad guy that we're supposed to emphasize with. He begins a mass genocide of the world that makes the end times look like a prank gone wrong, and so this is where the game starts. When we boot up Iron Throne, the introduction puts us in command of a force that is barely holding on against a massive chaotic army, led by the wank-stain Infidus himself. After an intense battle, a powerful wizard Firstborn called Liveritus activates his trump card and plows the chaotic army's ass into submission using some random power, saving the world. Good start. Except it wasn't really a good start, because the spell kind of went a bit wrong and it may have ripped the world into tiny fragments. So we're basically left with a bunch of parallel torn dimensions that are hard to travel between because they were torn apart forcefully. Because of this separation, civilizations struggled to rebuild as all the world's knowledge was separated into different realms. It was like everyone had a piece of this hard autistic puzzle that they just couldn't do. Then one day a random blood moon popped up and everyone in all the realms was able to see it, and then everyone had really fucked up dreams, like not the good hentai fucked up, like the bad, like everything's on fire and dead kind of dreams. So yeah, people haven't really been able to catch a break in this setting so far. We then cut to present time as you assume the role of a dank-ass lord in command of a rundown shitty castle. However, you are approached by a prophet who declares that you, and 1,000 other players, are the chosen one that is descendant from the Firstborn and will help push back the chaotic invasions that are once again plaguing the land. Motivated by this little chat, you whip your army together and pimp the shit out of your lands, attracting mass trade and populations to your region, along with dozens of heroes that pledge their life to your cause. From here the plot is full steam ahead, as a dragon moves in next door to hang out and a mysterious portal conveniently opens, which allows your armies to pass through and take the fight to the Chaos Dudes. From there, your heroes lead invasion after invasion against the chaotic hordes, taking out their forces and attempting to destroy the cheese wank Infidus, who, as we know, was the first one who initially invaded the world. Pretty straightforward so far. Now, onto the setting. Iron Throne is based in a high fantasy setting where the land is populated by various monsters and magics. You command a human army that is also supported by monsters who are summoned by powerful wizards. Heroes are likewise as powerful as demigods, as the monsters they slay can get quite large, along with them having no issue killing hundreds of basic units. However, this is likely for gameplay purposes, and in the lore, a fair number of heroes would likely not be as capable of taking out dozens of troops or killing massive ogres with only a few hits with a sword. Looking at you, Captain Lauren, you OP bitch. On top of this, the world is also encountering a civil war, as every fortress is open to attacking each other at any given time, without any cause or motive, other than just to steal from each other's and, have fun. which makes this world actually extremely sadistic and messed up now that we think about it. As a castle grows, it can attract more soldiers at a higher quality as well as heroes from across the sea, which I guess is one good thing about the world it's in. It's very easy to immigrate and get a working visa in different regions, as long as you're willing to kill hundreds of humans and monsters. Fair trade. So yes, that's basically where we are right now, pretty hectic. The story missions are quite straightforward, as they basically revolve around us tracking down and trying to kill the chief dickface Infidus, who despite being a firstborn is just really a massive fucking pussy. Like, he just runs away like he's about to shit the toilet at every opportunity. On top of that, I think he's probably the first ever bad guy who has literally had 0 followers. Like, all of his soldiers, monsters, heroes and commanders are all under a spell forcing him to serve him. Fuck, even his angry as hell looking revenant motherfuckers hate the dude, as they were once heroes protecting the realm before he claimed their souls. Overall, the game is more focused on gameplay rather than a fleshed out storyline, but it still makes a solid attempt to have a kind of lore. As it is a new game, quite fresh, we can expect way more events and plot points to unfold going ahead. There are 2 bits of lore I'm currently missing, as the game devs have decided to make a lot of lore viewable through various obelisks in your fortress. However, there's one that unlocks at level 15, and it is a fucking bitch to get to level 15, so that one has to be a bit of a cock tease for now. The final bit of lore that I'm missing is what happens at the end of the story missions. However, I'm hard stuck on the last mission before the final boss fight, so I have no clue what's crack-a-lackin' there right now either. Like, I tried for about an hour today, guys. I even spent money on the game to get super bonuses for my army, and I still lost. It's fucking so hard to beat that level. It's just hard being me in general, I reckon. It's tough life, tough life. Now, let's think about what will come next for this little storyline. Judging by the reasonably straightforwardness of the plot so far, it's easy to assume that it'll be a classic good guy victory, especially considering I've nearly beat the campaign with low tier troops. However, I'm expecting the campaign to expand and develop as the game does, giving us an enriched lore that hopefully will make the bad guy's intentions and motives more relatable, as currently he's just a bit of a meanie. And that does us, guys. That wraps up the trilogy of Iron Throne sponsored videos. I know sponsored content can be a bit of a drag, so I did what I could to make it exciting as a whole, while also doing the sponsor justice, as there is a very high chance that my channel will soon become extremely and utterly age restricted and demonetized in the future. So I'm trying to nail that format now in the least annoying way as possible. Funny thing to note, last thing, lick a fucking dick, Jackie Fish, my sponsor video did better than yours. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.